As we show you 8 crosses in honor of the 8 people killed during a normal day of shopping in Allen. This morning, that memorial continues to grow. And we are learning the names of all 8 victims of that shooting on Saturday.
We started our team coverage this morning with their stories. Suzanne Bruner live at that memorial. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, Kara. This morning, families are grieving. Communities are coming together for prayer and hope. And the more we learn about the 8 victims in Saturday's shooting, the more heartbreaking this all is. The victims range from 3 to 37 years old. A GoFundMe shares the youngest killed is James Cho. He was with his mother, Cindy, his father, Q, and brother, William, exchanging clothes William had just gotten for his 6th birthday. William is the family's only survivor. And we just learned minutes ago, this is according to ABC News, William will be released from the hospital today. In Wiley, the school district shared the devastating news with families. 2 young students at Cox Elementary, sisters, both killed. 11-year-old 4th grader Daniela Mendoza and her 8-year-old 2nd grade sister, Sophia Mendoza. Their mother, Ilda, is critical in the ICU right now. Aishwarya Thatikonda was also one of the victims. She was shopping for her 28th birthday with a friend who's recovering in the hospital. Thatikonda was an engineer from India but lived in McKinney. Friends describe her as friendly and smart.
It's a nightmare. Yeah, we wouldn't expect this in one of the largest Indian community population, and it's really shocking. It sent shocking waves across the country, across the world.
Texas DPS identified 32-year-old Elio Cumana Rivas of Dallas as a victim who died. And loved ones are mourning the loss of 20-year-old Christian LaCour, a Farmersville ISD grad. He was working as a security guard at the premium outlet. His mother shared on Facebook she and the family are broken and will never be whole again. Once again, according to ABC News, some new information we learned minutes ago, William Cho, the 6-year-old boy we were telling you about, will be released from the hospital today. He is one of 7 people recovering from injuries right now. Mark.
Okay, Suzanne, thank you for those updates. And we also know via workers that those outlets will remain closed for the next few days, maybe all week. Many of you who may have been there may still have your car or other personal items on property. A lot of those vehicles have already been picked up from the parking lot, but if you still need to get yours, they are asking you to go directly to the mall's north entrance between the Skechers and the Champs Sports, if you know that area. Anything else left in the parking lot will be available for pickup at the Family Assistance Center at the Allen Senior Recreation Center, open today from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you happen to leave something behind in a store there, you'll need to contact that business directly once it reopens. Of course, there are still a lot of questions about this shooting, and since it happened, we have not yet gotten a chance to ask those questions, though we do expect to hear from DPS today. That is the agency leading this investigation. So when we do, that should get us some new information on the shooter and perhaps a potential motive into why he did this. Meanwhile, Chris Ottagate continues our team coverage this morning. And Chris, we've learned some new details about that gunman in just the last few hours.
Yes, Mark, we've already mentioned this morning that the FBI agents found ammo, tactical vest, and other accessories inside the hotel room where the identified gunman was living. Now there's new information indicating he had been to the outlet mall before Saturday's attack. According to information we just received from ABC News, photos uploaded to a social media account belonging to Mauricio Garcia show photos of him, gun sale receipts, and tattoos that include a swastika, but also more than a dozen photos from the outlet mall parking lot and sidewalk that were uploaded just last month, along with boxes of ammunition. We're also learning more about his background. The U.S. Army responded to our questions about his military service and said Garcia entered the Army in June of 2008, but was terminated just 3 months later without completing initial entry training. A military official added that termination was due to physical or mental conditions. We talked to a military lawyer about why this might have been.
He could have had a mental health condition that either preceded his entry the service or, less likely, developed during boot camp.
So with each passing day, we're learning a little bit more about this identified gunman. And As we mentioned, we now await that DPS press conference, the first since this shooting happened, where we hope to get more information. Mark, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Chris. And authorities tell us that as soon as he heard the gunshots, an Allen police officer started running to confront the shooter. This morning, we are learning a bit more about that officer, whose attorney issued a statement saying that the officer sprinted toward high-powered rifle fire as others ran away. That attorney continues calling him a brave servant with a gentle heart that embodies the best of law enforcement. Also, that attorney continues asking for privacy as the officer continues to process this life-altering tragedy.
21 for 21.
Calls for change are echoing through the state capitol, a push that started in the wake of the Robb Elementary School shooting nearly a year ago, growing after the tragedy in Allen. There are 20 days left in the Texas legislative session, and many gun-related bills are still in limbo. One did just clear a big hurdle. Breaking news anchor Megan Mitchell live in Allen. So, Megan, this was a symbolic victory for the families of Uvalde.
Yeah, and this bill, Kara, would raise the buying age for semi-automatic rifles in the state of Texas. And it's the first time, really one of the first, that a bill like this has made its way and advanced in our state. Now, usually gun bills, gun laws really have a stronghold on both parties. So the fact that this legislation made its way through this House committee is a big hurdle, a big first hurdle for advocates of this bill. So there was a rally at the state capitol, you saw it there, where people were chanting to raise the age. They want House Bill 2744 to pass, raising the age at which you can buy an AR-15 from 18 to 21 years old. In a surprise move, the panel voted 8-5 to advance that bill, with 2 Republicans joining Democrats to advance it. Advocates say there have been too many mass shootings in Texas, including, of course, 3 days ago and, of course, 1 year ago with Uvalde. Now, families of Uvalde victims believe that Saturday's shooting here in Allen was likely the reason this bill advanced in the committee. You also mentioned, Kara, that this is a symbolic win. I mean, there's a number of things that have to happen here. First, within 2 days, on Thursday, that's the deadline for when House bills have to make it out of committee. So it is unlikely that it will advance that far that quickly. But if you think about it, there's only about 2 weeks of this legislative session left. So there are still a number of bills, I mean, both gun control bills and also gun freedom bills that are stalled right now in the legislature. Reporting live here, back to you.
All right, thank you, Megan. And we will be following these final weeks of this session and all of the updates out of Allen. For the latest information, we're always working on WFAA.com, or you can simply open up our app.